dang square tires. Yeah, it'll smooth out, right? Well, hey, Saturday morning, 25th, I guess. Started out at about 46 degrees, and now it's 65 degrees. Heavy dew, but it's warming up quick, so most of the dew is off. And, yep. I can't see it in the mirror. Oh, well. Yep, I got the rakes. Gonna go, hopefully there might still be a little bit of dew up on the one hill. I doubt it. One patch was way too dry. But it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Plan was to have number one or someone, I think my wife was gonna do it. Number one can't be bouncing around on that tedder rig. But of course, my wife's got to go to town. Got to get some stuff took care of at the bank and find some groceries because it's old Mother Hubbard's cupboard. There ain't nothing in there to eat. I'm not sure why she hasn't gone earlier in the week. But, you know, it is what it is. So, I'm going to go start raking, so I got something to bale with the big baler. Number one fiance's got people there to wash their trucks this morning, and she was going to get her car done. Well, they didn't show up until just now, so she may just come out without getting her car done. And I'll get you some more. That over there is all raked. A little patch there is raked. Yeah, wish that was actually growing. You know, one thing we didn't do was fertilize it, but following Christmas trees, there's usually quite a bit of nitrogen in the ground. You know, you see a lot of it's nice and dark green. The dark green stuff's not short of food. It's all just short of water. And down here at the end of it is where I'm going to rake now. And this junk is going to lay here because this is full of groundsel, which is a noxious weed, much like tansy. And it's literally full of it. When I was cutting it, I'm going, God, this stretch looks really good. The grass is nice. Look down and, oh, okay. So much for that idea. So, really hated to do that. But that's what I'm up to for now. Still wondering what I'm going to do with that. Because I'm 99.9% sure it's not going to make a seed crop. Couple of guys on YouTube talking about how all the rain, and others going how they haven't gotten any in a week or in 2 weeks. I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, I keep track of how much we get, and when I dump the rain gauge, I go in and write it in the calendar in the shop. I've got the total in there since the first of the year. We haven't had anything since the 10th of June. I mean, we had a couple little spit showers, but you know, they didn't even make a trace. So this stuff's hungry, or it's thirsty, I should say. It's not hungry. Too much of it is too dark a green for it to be hungry. And the other little patches up the road up here look just like it, except mostly greener. Part of this, there's a road through the middle is why there's kind of a thin strip. But you know, to both sides of that thin strip, it don't look bad. It just looks like it should have looked, you know, a month ago, with the exception of being all headed out now. Oh, and the variety of oats that is susceptible to smut and rust. Yeah, it's full of smut. So there's, you know, you look across the field, all you see is nice heads till you get to looking, and there's some black junk goo coming out. So it ain't going to make much hay, but I'm thinking maybe next week cut it before it gets any farther along, because it's not going to grow anymore. And I'm hoping maybe this year they get rid of the rest of these trees, because this would be a decent piece in one. I mean, trying to work this here in with that, and coming around down below, yeah, we've done her before, but it'd be a whole lot nicer and easier if the rest of this was in it. The rest of this is actually nowhere near as steep as that over there. or that on the other side of the draw. I only cut what I know I can run that big baler on. And, you know, I usually end up holding my foot against my cooler so it doesn't lay over anyway. It sets better in the Case IH than it does in here, but I spent half my time holding my foot on it. So I'll get you some more. A lot of the fun stuff. The stuffer clutch on this has never been the best. I mean, it's not like it's really bad, it's just not new. And I got most of it to go in so far. The key is bouncing it and get the plunger to back everything off enough. But you got to get the plunger in the right spot before it'll bounce off. At least I'm starting to get the pickup to wiggle again. Because digging that out, especially with what's in it, is not something I want to do. There's thistle and all kinds of shit in that wall. Definitely not something I want to do. So, if it backs off far enough, kind of gets a run at it. But I need both hands because I need to run the throttle when I do it now too. Hopefully that'll go on through. Yay me. But hey, I got this much of this piece done. I got 3 rounds and part of the corners. Not a lot here. There's 3 bales on the ground and there should be 1 almost off the back. And I mean, there's only, this whole thing when I planted it out, which goes clear down there by their shop and clear down to those trees on that steep hill, was 3.5 acres with the corners in it. So there's really only about 1.5 acres here, and I've already got 10.5 on the ground. So, yeah, weight-wise, it'll be one of the better places. Quality-wise, it's garbage, but it's got enough good feed weeds in it to kind of make up for that. Oh well. The view for you. Leaving this grass for the last thing up here. Down here at the end of it, I got a bunch of oats and weeds. And down there by that nice green oats on the other side of it, there's a few bales. And I'll be damned. With all the idiots on the road this morning, I had one be nice to me. I went to turn into the driveway to this place, which is in a really crappy spot. And I couldn't go because a motorcycle came around the corner, and then another one, and then a couple of cars, and then another motorcycle. The next car had like 5 cars behind him, and they realized that I wanted to get the hell off the road, and I had like literally 20 cars behind me, and I was only on the road for a half a mile. They stopped and let me go. So what all you can do? Smile and wave, and I hope they saw you. My windows are nice and clean now. They weren't too bad before. They're worse now. So, anywho, hey, if that person ever happens to watch my videos, thank you very much for letting me get off the road. I appreciate that. Makes my day go faster. And, you know, not that it's the best thing to do, because God knows I hate to see somebody get rear-ended for being nice. But it is very much appreciated. So, all of you keep that in mind when you're on the road. Yeah, now for this junk down here. And I filmed part of it, but most of that's steep enough that I'm too busy holding on to things. And I got a bale hanging on the back that I wasn't sure how much of it was still inside, so I got to get out and take a piece of twine off so that I can start running. I haven't had to do that for quite a while. I'll put a piece of twine across, tie it to the chains for the hold the chute, just so that bale can't slide out. You know, twine ain't that much, but it don't take much to hold them. And like I say, I really didn't want that falling down in the middle of the road coming uphill. So, and I'm hoping that number one's getting some baling done down in that field where the tent's sitting in the corner of it. I know my wife's raking for her. Oh, like I say, there's your view. Best you're gonna get. And I might even put this up because I found that I got awesome LTE up here. I don't know why. Apparently that's actually a Sprint tower. So, I may just cut it off right here. It'll be a long enough video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you're having a great weekend. Today's been a really good day. Started out cool, but the sun came out. And so far, moisture's been running about 10%, which is enough to make a decent bale. Hopefully it's still there when I get on the grass. And then from here I go down to where number one's baling and I do part of that. But I think the part I got to do, part of it may be a little too wet because she ran the tedder rake through it for me this morning on part of it. And she said, it's wet. Yeah, that's why I wanted you to tedder rake it this morning. So maybe it'll be dry. It might get done tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, I just had my lunch on the road coming up here at 2 o'clock. So by the time I get done here and get moved down there, that might be enough for a day. And maybe I'll jump on the bale wagon and pick up some bales. So once again, thanks for watching. Please hit the like button if you haven't. And hopefully you like what you see and you'll subscribe.